In this shorter section, we're going to look at a couple of the parsing tools available in Alteryx. So what does it mean to parse data? Well, data parsing is a way of taking data of one format, so it could be a string of characters and symbols, and then converting them into a different data format. For example, converting them to a date data type or a new data structure completely. The first parse tool we're going to look at is called the DateTime tool, which will allow us to convert strings or dates into dates or strings respectively. So let's first of all add the parse tools to our ribbon by clicking on the plus icon here and then selecting parse. Now for illustrative purposes, I'm simply using a text input which has multiple columns of date information. I have included this in the resources section for you to be able to follow along on your own machine. So you can see from this input that we have dates in year, month, day format. We have dates written in full month, then day, comma, then year. We have the last save date with month dash day and then a / followed by the year, which is unusual, and then some dates with time information as well. Now let's first observe the data types of each field. So we can drag in a select tool, and this will then show us that our date information is coming through as date data types. We have two strings, a date time and then a time. So let's suppose we want to change the format of the join date field and convert it into a string. The original data type we can see is a date data type. What we can do is drag in a DateTime parse tool onto the canvas. And the first option in the configuration window is asking us to select the format we would like to convert. So in this example, because we know our field is a date data type, we are going to select the date/time format to string. The other option we get is string to date time format, but we'll see this in a second. The next selection we need to make is the selection of the date time field we would like to convert. So here we can select the join date field. Next, seeing as we're going to be outputting our newly converted date column into a new column, we need to give the new column a name. So let's go ahead and call the column join date string. The final option to select is the format that we would like the new column to take. For this example, I quite like the format of month, dd, year. So let's select this option. Now we could take advantage of the custom formatting by selecting custom and then stipulating the format that we would like by using what are known as specifiers. Specifiers always begin with a % symbol followed by a case-sensitive letter. Now I've attached a link in the resources section where you can find a list of all the date specifiers to construct your own custom date. So for example, I could put %A, %d, %B, and then %y, and this will bring back the date format in the following way. I could also write out day, month, dd, then 4y's, and we will get the result formatted slightly differently. So be sure to check out the specifiers if the predefined date formats are not sufficient. So let's change this back to month, dd, then year, and when we run the workflow, you can see we get our new column with the date converted into the format of choice. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next example where we take a string, but this time convert it to a date format. Let's drag another DateTime parse tool onto the canvas, and this time we're going to select the option of string to DateTime format. The string field we want to convert is going to be the last save date, which comes through as month with 2 digits, dash day with 2 digits, / year with 4 digits, which although is unusual, it will not be a problem for Alteryx to parse. Next, we need to specify the new column name, so we will call this last save date new. Now in the select format that matches the incoming string field, if it existed in the predefined list, we could pick one of these. But as ours is unusual, we will select custom. In the configuration box beneath, we can then specify the format of our string, which in this case is mm-dd/YYYY. When we run the workflow, you can see that we are presented with another column as defined in our configuration, which has parsed the string format and brought back a date result. So use the DateTime parse tool to help convert formats of date times to your desired output. Having date time information stored as such makes for a much easier time when conducting time series analysis and taking advantage of date time functions using the formula tool. Speaking of the formula tool, you can also use the formula tool's datetime functions in order to convert datetime data into a more readable format, which makes subsequent analysis easier, in a similar way to how the parse tool operates.